A very good friend of mine from Singapore used to have 1 million plus followers on Instagram and probably a very similar number on Facebook. In 2021, I think it was sometime in June, I came to know that this friend of mine was going through a very bitter divorce with his wife of 15 years. He had 2 kids, and it was the pandemic. It was the height of the pandemic all around the world. Singapore was no exception. And this was a rather bad time to go through such a terrible event in his life. So losing custody of your children, going through a divorce, and concurrently having liabilities of, let's say, over $2 million is not exactly a great place to be. So when I spoke with him, I told him that he needs to deal with the problem. He cannot hide from this. He cannot pretend it did not happen. So he wanted to brainstorm how he could deal with this big problem. You got to remember this. This is a guy that had over 1 million followers on Instagram and Facebook. But he did not have a single friend. He had all these likes, all these followers. But when push came to shove, when he really needed help, he actually had no friends. So after a little bit of a brainstorm, I told him to speak to his father and seek his help. And my friend said, there's no way I can do this because I've not been talking to my father for more than 10 years. Yes, he was estranged from his father. It was something that I knew about. So I had to tell him that he pretty much had no choice but to speak with his father. His father was delighted to hear his son's voice. His father broke down when he heard of his predicament. And his father actually told him that he could bequeath $5 million to this man's name, to his son's name, so that he could handle this problem and challenge that he was facing. And his father told him that there wasn't a single day when he did not think about this friend of mine, his son. It is better to have one person who loves you than 1 million people who like you. Because that one person will be like a rock, like a mountain, and will be there no matter what happens and how the wind blows. But the 1 million people who are your followers, who like you, who give you 2 thumbs up and all these smiley signs, they are definitely not going to be there for you. They are like transient clouds that pass by like migratory birds. They are simply not going to be there for you.